Hey everybody, Toy Car Collector here. It's time for another Redline Collection opening. It's a Redline Collection that came in today, January 27th, 2016. This Redline Collection is brought to you by ToyCarCollector.com. ToyCarCollector.com for all your Redline needs, because we got the red lines. You love the red lines, I love the red lines. Let's talk about red lines. ToyCarCollector.com, now in my 25th year of monthly catalogs. ToyCarCollector@gmail.com if you'd like to reach me by email. My phone number, 503-956-3708. Call, text, email, David Williamson. David Williamson, that is my name. Some people call me Dave. I like that too. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you keep updated on all my new videos coming up for you, for your watching pleasure and my making of video pleasure. So let's get started today. Redline Collection, January 27th, 2016. Now look at this background. What do you think of that? Oh my gosh. Yes, that is a whole bunch of Hot Wheels carry cases. I just stacked them all on the table today just to look at them all. I have way too many of them. They sure are cool, but they make a nice background. So let's get started on this collection. What do I got today? Well, I had a local guy, actually kind of local, he's 7 hours away by car, call me up just the other day and say he needed to sell some cars to pay a few bills. And he talked to me a little bit about his cars. It didn't really sound like something I might be interested in. It sounded like the cars might be a little bit too used. But he went ahead and came on down and brought me this box of cars right here, and let's go ahead and open up and see what we got. We did get a few good things in there. It wasn't too bad, but they're not like the minty cars that I'd like to get all the time. Now, I'll start off this collection with a couple of new cars that he threw in. He brought me down this car right here, Custom 64 Galaxy. Let me move the camera down. There we go. There's our operating surface today. Look at that little 64 Galaxy Custom. That's pretty cool. I don't think I got that color, so that'll be on one of my future opening videos of newer cars. I was pretty excited by this one. Hot Wheels Paint Company. Look at that, the bread box with a fantastic paint scheme. I'd never seen that before. I thought that was really fantastic. Look at that. Oh, and I threw this one in. A little pickup truck. Got one of those the other day and threw this one in. These were just kind of thrown in at the last minute from some of the other stuff he had. 69 Dodge Charger in red. I don't think I'd ever seen this one before. And a 69 Dodge Charger in a green with some red on the wheels going around the rim of the wheels. Pretty cool. Hard to collect those Dodge Chargers though, because you know, what kind of carry case can you put them in? They don't fit in anything. 62 Chevy Custom. That's a sweet little ride. Satin red. Love that car. And a 64 Corvette Stingray. You know, I don't really like to collect new cars too much, but you know, what am I going to do? They're sure pretty. Some of them 64 Buick Riviera. Most of these are from 2013, 2014. So a couple more of these. We'll get these out of the way. This Ranchero. I missed that one when it came out. It's kind of neat. All right. And finally, a 5-pack with what's in there. It's a Shelby 5-pack. Come on, let's focus in now. Shelby 5-pack got a blue, a green, a yellow. That's the Shelby Cobra. Shelby Cobra thingy. And the Shelby Mustang on the top. He had that in his collectible box. I don't know why he got these. But, you know, like all of us, we go down to the store and we can't help but buy a few cars because they're just so dang pretty. So, without further ado, let's dig out the cars out of the box. Here they are. All right, here they are. Right there. He had probably about twice this many cars, but I couldn't buy them all because some of them were decorate. And but these were pretty decent, so these are the ones that I got. All right, you see that? A nice little stack. I disguised them in these tissues so that we could unwrap them one at a time and see how they look. All right, what's number one? Hey, starting with a green Corvette. A green Hong Kong Corvette. Now in the video this probably looks pretty good. It's actually not a bad car. Not, you know, somewhere around the excellent, the low excellent condition. It's nice. You see that? It's not bad, but you know, look at the wheels. It's been exposed to some moisture, so the chrome on the wheels has disappeared. But and the base is a little dull. But you know, overall this one particular one has not been banged up too much, so it's not too bad. Alright, not what we hope for. We hope for mint, of course. We want all our cars to be mint. And what do we got here? Oh, 73 Sand Crab in red enamel. 73 sand crab in red enamel. Actually looks pretty decent. It's got a lot of pitting on it, little chips and stuff, but wash that off. It'll look pretty nice. Kind of a filler, low dollar filler. All right, let's take a look here. What we got next? Coming up right here. Oh, classic Nomad. Classic Nomad with the stripe kit. Look at that. Now I'll leave that up to you to take those stripes off there. I think that's a lot of work. It can be done with patience. As you can see, the chrome, not good. And there's a lot of pitting on the roof here. When the moisture gets onto this Nomad, into these little ribs right there, it really wreaks havoc. How do you say that anyway? Wreaks havoc, wreaks havoc? I'm not sure. All right, what do we got here? Oh, we got a cab here because there's a couple of racer rigs in the deal. A couple of racer rigs in the deal. You know, racer rigs are darn hard to get. And they are a couple of them in here. Look at that. There's one. Racer rig. Now, these are typical of a childhood collection from somebody who was a little rough on his cars. I noticed right off the bat we started talking about slot cars, and he showed me some of his slot cars, and I said, hey, all these cars have been cut out on the back. You know how they used to cut them out and put the big slicks on the back? Well, all his cars were kind of cut out, and then on top of that, he liked the cars to look like they'd been in a wreck, so he melted some of the plastic ones. And then you'll see in these red lines that he actually took a hammer to a few of them to give them that just wrecked look. Here's a bifocal, 1971 bifocal, light green. Actually quite a hard car to get. But as you can see, this one has had the hood ripped off of it. And that's gone. Otherwise, you know, it's kind of ugly, really. It's toned up real bad, but it's still light green. Sure would be nice if it was mint. Sure would be nice. Of course, just about any red line would be nice if it was mint. We wish they were all mint. Don't we wish they were all mint? All right, here's the racer rig. Second one. A second one. You know, I know one guy who's got a collection of pretty much only racer rigs. He has like 100 racer rigs with 100 Indy cars, and it looks really cool. Iced Tea. Pretty decent shape, actually. Iced Tea with some stripes on the roof. We'll just leave those on there. Iced Tea with stripes on the roof. And here's the cab for the racer rig. All right, we'll put that on there. I didn't get any Indy cars. I got plenty of Indy cars already. And this is, oh, that's the one I want to show you last, probably. There's two cars I want to show you last. So hang in there and you will see them. Little green Boss Haas. Not too bad. Put a couple wash it off, put a couple of eyeballs on the side there. It'll actually look pretty decent for a green Boss Haas. You know, these things are expensive. They can be real expensive if they're in new condition, but that one is not that. It's not new. What's this? This, oh, Johnny Lightning. There was a Johnny Lightning in there. Johnny Lightning Custom Mako Shark. Pretty nice on top. Really, it's not a bad looking car. Purple with a red interior. That's a good color combination. Maybe we'll put that on the racer rig over there. All right, next one coming up on the block. Beach Bomb. It's a Beach Bomber. Aqua with the white interior. Good color combination. Again, the wheel chrome has pretty much been disappeared. And no surfboards either. And there you go. One used Beach Bomb. A Beach Bomber. And what do we got here? The next car is a Ford J car. This one actually looks pretty decent. Ford J car Hong Kong. Nice looking. Got a little bit of stripes left on it. Pretty decent. Actually, the paint is pretty darn good for white enamel. I do like the white enamel, so I kind of hold on to those. Put that on the racer rig. Over there. There you go so far, the little stable. And now here's the Bug Eye. Bug Eye in red. The red Bug Eye. How do I get my camera to focus on that? I guess I gotta press the button. There you go. Red bifocal, or Bug Eye. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Come on, Bug Eye. Bug Eye, come on. There it is. I'll hold it steady for you. Okay, there it is. One of these days I'm going to get the perfect camera. One of the reasons I make these videos is so I can justify buying new cameras. I've kind of run out of reason to buy new cameras, so gotta invent some new ones. Here's the Camaro. One blue Camaro. Every collection has a blue Camaro. And here's the blue Camaro for this collection. And it's actually pretty decent. It's got some nicks on the back. But overall, it's not bad. It hasn't had the hood ripped off, which a lot of them have. Its hood pin is intact. Got the dark interior. A decent little Camaro. Nothing wrong with that. As I said, there were about twice as many cars. I picked out about half of them to buy. And here's a blue Cougar. Of course, I got a lot of blue Cougars. Everyone does. Blue is the common Cougar. Then comes orange. And boy, after that, everything gets kind of rare. Kind of rarish. What's this? What's this? Oh, a green Volkswagen. Hong Kong. Green Hong Kong Volkswagen. It's a pretty nice car, actually. Again, chrome has kind of disappeared. Most of it. About half of it, anyway. Overall, the green paint on this car was actually pretty good. It's in good shape. It's not near mint. It's excellent. A high grade of excellent. Excellent kind of covers. My ratings go min minus for the top rating. Oh, look at that. Wait a minute. Break in. Newsflash. Pink Mighty Maverick. 1973. Fluorescent pink. Pink fluorescent. And it's not bad looking. No toning, of course, because they don't tone. Haha. Enamel paint covers up all the metal, which is dull underneath for the most part. But a decent looking pink car. Everybody loves a pink car. Everybody loves a pink car. What's this? What's this? What is this? Ah, Turbo Fire in orange. Turbo Fire in orange. Good color for the Turbo Fire. I am a fan of the Turbo Fire. Good looking piece. Look at that, racing down the track. I know when I was like, what, 69, I was 11 years old. And I would have loved to have a Turbo Fire, but I didn't have one. Only my neighbor had one. I had Matchbox. Okay, we'll put that one aside. And what do we got here? We got another spoiler in here. Did I pick up the heavy Chevy? Yes, I did pick out the heavy Chevy. I picked out the heavy Chevy. Heavy Chevy. I don't know if I told you already, but this was a local collection. Somebody got a hold of me after seeing my website online and came down from Washington. Was anxious to sell a few things, and he had these cars. And so now I have a few of them. That's the heavy Chevy in chrome. Okay, now there are two more cars, and there's one that's real kind of pretty and one that's very, very sad. This particular car right here, this one here, this one in this wrapper, this very car that I'm just about to unwrap in this wrapper is a very sad situation. Okay, you ready? Is everybody ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Let's see. Okay. Ta-da! Yes, this is the real deal, people. This is the real McCoy. It is a hot pink USA Volkswagen. Now you can see the chrome is gone. You can see that it's dull on the bottom. The paint is actually okay. It's toned up pretty good. It's got some spots of like adhesive on the front here that needs to be cleaned off. But here's the sad part. I turn it around here and uh-oh. Wait a minute. What? Look at that. Can you see that side of the car right there? Look at that. I'm going to focus in on that. Can you see it? Here, now you can see it. Look at that. What in the world happened to this car? Well, turns out that the owner as a child, he's a couple years younger than me, decided he liked his cars to look like they've been in accidents. So he took a hammer and he pounded in the side of this hot pink Volkswagen. To which I informed him that if he would have left it in the blister pack, it would be about $2,500. And if he wouldn't have pounded in the side or ever touched it, it'd been about 1,000 some bucks. But as it is, it's not hardly worth much like that, but we'll see. Look at that. Isn't that sad? Poor little pink Volkswagen. Everybody'd like to have one. I know I would. She sure could be a beauty. But there it is, the hot pink Volkswagen car accident. Tragedy on tragedy. Very sad, very sad. All right, well, to lift our spirits, we've saved one car for the end. One final car. One car that made the trip and the conversation and the time spent looking at the collection worthwhile. Seems like there's always going to be one. You got to buy a lot of cars, though, to get one. And here that one is, right here. Right here, this package right here. This is this one right here. Okay, here we go. Dum 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 dum. The tension is palpable. Is that what you're supposed to say? Palpable? Oh, I can't hardly stand it. Whoa, there it is. Da 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 da. Green Olds 442 with partial original stripage. Looks like those are the stripes that were supposed to be on the trunk. But those top stripes are real nice. Look at that. Green 442. Now it does have a little goo on the side here. I think that'll come right off. And the bottom is dull. Dull. That's sad. But that's what happens when you leave your cars in the attic for 24, 30, 40 some years. Yeah, 40 some years. And from 1971. And then you got the rubber spoiler on there. That's good. Tires actually, wheels are pretty good on this one. The comb's pretty decent. Got that dull base. Yeah. Yep. And the goo on the side. That must have been where the sticker, I don't know what caused that. Maybe it painted something on the side. Hopefully that'll come right off. Because otherwise, surprisingly, this car is actually in pretty darn good shape. It's pretty good, darn good shape. And it really does, I can't tell right at the moment, but I would say the toning, if any, is very light on this. So probably wouldn't be a bad idea to put some fresh wheel caps on there. That's an easy fix. Fresh wheel caps. Doesn't really hurt it. It'll make it look just all that much better as long as the car is in the condition to justify that. And I think it is. So that is the gem of the collection. Unfortunately, this pink Volkswagen, that could have been the gem. But we'll go with this 442. So this is like your typical childhood collection. Came in today. Met with the fellow. So, as always, this has been Redline Collection, January 27th, 2016, brought to you by the ToyCarCollector.com. ToyCarCollector.com can be reached at ToyCarCollector@gmail.com. ToyCarCollector.com now in my 25th year of monthly catalogs. ToyCarCollector.com for Redlines, for and about Redlines. My name, David Williamson, 503-956-3708. Call, text, or email me now. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for coming and watching my video, and you have yourself a fantastic day.